The rain had stopped an hour earlier, but the night still smelled wet and restless. Elena kept the porch light off these days. Electricity felt too loud after 10 o'clock, too much like an invitation. So, when the 3 measured knocks came, solid, unhurried, perfectly spaced, she first thought it was the old house settling, or maybe a branch tapping the eaves. Then they came again. Knock, knock, knock. Midnight had struck 9 minutes ago. She'd watched the grandfather clock's hand crawl past the 12. No one visited at this hour in Willow Creek. Not the sheriff, not the night shift nurse from 2 streets over, not even the teenagers who sometimes dared each other to run up her cracked walkway on bets. She rose from the kitchen table, coffee gone cold, and padded to the front hall in socked feet. The floorboards sighed beneath her. Through the narrow glass beside the door, she could see only wet, black air and the faint silver smear of moonlight on the porch railing. No silhouette, no car lights on the road, just the knocks, once more, patient as stone. "Who's there?" Her voice sounded thinner than she liked. No answer. She pressed her palm to the wood, feeling the faint vibration of another knock travel through it like a heartbeat, not her own. "I'm not opening until you speak," she said. A pause long enough to make her doubt herself. Then, low, calm, and close enough that she flinched back. "You already know my voice, Elena." The words weren't shouted, they weren't whispered. They simply arrived, as though the door itself had spoken them. She hadn't heard that timbre in 23 years, not since the night her father closed his eyes in the hospital and didn't open them again. Yet here it was, unchanged, the same gentle Midwestern burr that used to read her The Wind in the Willows until she fell asleep against his shoulder. Her hand hovered over the knob. Every reasonable part of her screamed no, reminded her of locked doors, deadbolts, the pepper spray in the hall drawer. But another part, smaller, older, the part that still sometimes reached for a hand that wasn't there, moved first. She turned the lock, opened the door 6 inches. Moonlight fell across empty porch boards. No one stood there, only the wet smell of cedar and the distant drip of gutters. Then the voice spoke again, from nowhere and everywhere at once. "I didn't come to be seen. I came to be heard." She swallowed. "What do you want?" A small sound, almost a sigh. "To tell you the thing I never said. The thing that's kept me walking these roads after dark for 23 years. Elena's eyes stung. She didn't blink. "You were enough," the voice said. "You were always enough. I was the one who wasn't." The door creaked wider on its own, though no wind moved. Moonlight pooled inside the hallway now, bright enough to show dust motes turning slowly, like stars that had fallen and forgotten how to land. She waited. Nothing else came. No footsteps retreating down the walk, no shadow slipping between the yew trees. Just the soft click of the grandfather clock in the parlor marking 12:11, and the sudden knowledge, sharp as broken glass, that the porch was empty again. She closed the door slowly, turned the deadbolt, leaned her forehead against the wood. Outside, the night listened back, and somewhere down the rain-slick street, a set of wet footprints, too large for hers, began to dry and disappear, one by one, as though they had never been.